everything changes.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. Today is Saturday, December 8th, 2018, and I am dressed up, you probably noticed, heading to a wedding. So before I go, wanted to address something that was sent to me weeks ago, and it's been in the back of my head since I got that, and today there was an update. And the story, which you read in the title, is Disney and Target are shutting down resellers. So the story was immediately sent to me from one of my group members probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was like the last week of, middle last week of November, and Disney revoked the annual passes of a season pass holder in California for Disneyland, Disneyland there, Disney World here where I am, and because he was going into the stores purchasing material, inventory, brand new items to resell on eBay for a profit. Now, those of you that don't know, have never been to Disney or never been a season pass, annual pass holder, you get a 20% discount for using your annual pass inside of the parks to buy merchandise. So if you find a cool, you know, Mickey Mouse statue that's $100, well, you're only gonna pay $80 for it inside of Disney. And because those items are specific to the park, some of these items can be bought through the Disney store, you know, anywhere in the country or online. Some of these items are only available at the parks. And so those are the items, the limited runs, the park only items that resellers will go into the park, purchase them. Now, it's a $100 statue. It's probably worth about 120 or 130 on eBay because no one anywhere else in the country can get them unless you live near Disneyland or Disney World. And sometimes they're only limited to California or Florida. So even me as a Disney World person may want something from California. I have to go on eBay, so the price is higher. Then take into account the 20% discount that you're getting from the store. So now you can buy it for 80 and sell it for 120 or 130. And most of the people that are doing the purchasing, you can get the Disney credit card where you can get like 3 to 5% off. So you can actually give yourself a 23 to 25% extra margin by doing this. And there are a lot of people, quite a few people that support themselves through eBay and through other avenues by selling this merchandise. Well, as part of Disney's terms of service, you're not allowed to do that. You can't buy merchandise using your 20% off and resell it. You certainly can buy it at full price and do what you want with it, but if you buy it with a 20% discount, you have to keep it. And so they are revoking, if they find out you're doing it, they are canceling your season passes. You're not allowed to renew, you're not allowed to get new ones, and you are out the money. Could you go back to the park? Sure, you could buy a one-day pass and go in and give Disney their $110 to get into the park for a day, but what good is that gonna do you because you can only go one day and you can't keep buying inventory, you can't get the discount. Long story short, it's a no-no, and now two separate people in the last 3 weeks that have been booted from Disney for doing exactly that. Now, I live within an hour of Disney World, so it's nothing that I've ever done, and I had considered it, but of course, you read the terms of service, and it's not allowed, and so I enjoy going to Disney. I pay a lot of money for my season passes. Here in Florida, for the ones that we have, they're like $45 a month. So when you take that into account for the year, I'm paying what, $450 and like $550 each. So on our 2 passes, they're over $1,000 for the year. I don't want to lose that money. That's terrible. We are allowed to pay monthly as Florida residents, so I'm sure they do something like that in California as well. And so the second store is Target. You guys may know Jameson. He's pretty well known. He's a pretty big retail arbitrage seller. And one of the stores that he frequents, and I'm not going to give away the products that he buys and sells or what he does or how, but one of the stores that he frequents for retail arbitrage is Target. And so Target has a new policy. You guys have probably seen the social media signs. I'll put it up here somewhere. That Target has an internal memo and internal signage for their employees to recognize resellers. And they don't want to sell to resellers. And so Jameson has gone into stores and purchased $5,000 worth of retail arbitrage. We're talking $30 items, you know, a couple hundred items, and they have denied him service, and he's not the only one, I've seen this and heard this from multiple dozens of people at Targets, they've denied him the right to buy the merchandise. The manager comes out, he cancels the sale, he declines it. There's been some other things that Target have done, closing out gift cards or closing credit card. There's all kinds of stuff I've heard from Target. Bottom line though, they're trying to stop the resale. So some people are gonna ask, why would Target not want to sell $5,000 worth of goods? Who cares if it goes to 100 different people or to one? Well, here's the reason, and it's called customer retention. So Target, as with any other business, relies on repeat customers. They want customers to keep coming back. If the customer comes back to buy My Baby Alive and Jameson cleared out the store and he did it at 5 stores and somebody else did it at 5 stores and resellers are just clearing out the stores, the regular everyday customer can't come in and get a Baby Alive, and so that upsets them. And so what happens? They're not going to come back to Target, and Target's losing a customer. And that's why Target wants to keep them on the shelves and limit you to how many of an item that you can buy. Now here's my, my kind of rebuttal to that is, if Jameson is going in Target and buying $5,000 in one shot, and he's doing it on multiple occasions. Let's just say over the course of a year, he spends $100,000 at Target. I don't imagine that the customer that he caused Target to lose is responsible for that amount of money in a lifetime. So while Target is is worried about losing a customer, and it's legitimate, and I understand that, the money, the offset is not anywhere close. There's no way those customers are spending anywhere near the amount that resellers are spending when they go in and just clear out a store. So I think it's financially, it's a bad decision. I think it's terrible, but I get it. And so I want to pass this off to you guys on your opinion, mainly on the Disney story, because I think that's kind of big. There's not a lot of people do it because it's limited to 2 areas, Orlando and Anaheim, California. But I mean, it was an interesting market, and it was something that intrigued me. I never really had the intention of doing it because there's a lot of work to have to go in and out of stores. It's expensive and there's not a ton of margin, but now we know it's completely cut off, and it's been cut off. It's just they're enforcing it heavily now. The other one that people are gonna ask the question is, how is Disney identifying who's doing it, who's buying it and reselling it? So when you swipe your card, or when you buy an item from a Disney park and you want the discount, you have to swipe your annual pass. And so that's logging your information that you bought something for 20% off. If you had 2 purchases all year, Disney is not really looking at you. But if you're coming into Disney every week and buying tons of items, they're going to look into your account and see what you're doing with it. Now, once they identify people that are buying a lot of merchandise with 20% off, they're then, since they have your name, searching social media, Instagram, where you might have your eBay store linked. All of these things, they're also hunting you down through eBay by looking up the merchandise that you've bought, checking eBay for active and sold listings in that area and in your area, because they have your address as well. And then if they identify that it's you, they can suspend you based on that. Also, they are doing mock buys. They're buying equipment, buying inventory and merchandise from people they suspect doing it, and if it shows up and it's you, bam, they hammer you. So that is how Disney is finding them. So anyways, I'm passing it on to you guys. The comment section belongs to you. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go enjoy a wedding with some friends, and I will get back to you guys later tonight with some more stuff. In the meantime, if you need any help, anything at all, if you want to join the VIP group, as always, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, and all of my books, $5, just $5, guys. You can buy them down below. There's over 250 clothing bolos. There's over 125 electronic bolos. They're only $5. Both links will be right at the top down below. And as always, the whole bundle for all of them is only 25 bucks, so you can buy that as well. Thanks, big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed for the giveaways, and I'll see you next time.